Hello from beautiful Nairobi in Kenya. I am buying an apartment for my family. I like Kenya a lot. I love Nairobi and I want to spend more time here, but I want to spend time with my family. So we're going to be using Nairobi as a base for when we go around Africa for business and travel, etc. I already bought a few investment properties here in Nairobi, but this is different. This is not about the numbers. This is about essentially lifestyle and just being happy here. So we're going to have a look at 4 different projects that I considered the pros and cons of each for a 3-bedroom apartment, and then I'll explain why I chose the specific building I'm going for. All right, let's go. All right, but first things first, I need to get on a boda because I am late. Yeah, in front of the building, yes. Okay, what's your number?
0704.
Isaac?
Yeah, Isaac.
Okay, good. All right, thank you, boss. Take care. All right, so this is the first building. I already bought 4 apartments here, but just pure investment properties, 1 bedrooms and 1.5 bedrooms from Alex. Alex, how are you?
I'm good.
Always a pleasure to see you.
Pleasure to see you again.
I remember when I first bought, you didn't quite have the permits,
Yeah.
but now clearly you have the permits.
Of course, even the structure is done.
So are you on track with the timelines?
Yeah, yes. Actually, our schedule is to complete the structure by end of June. We have made it on the first week of June.
Okay, so you had 1 bedrooms, 1.5 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms plus studios, 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms, but the smaller units have all sold out.
Yeah, smaller units are all sold out.
Is this something, Pratik, that you see when in a lot of developments, that the smaller units sell faster?
Yes, definitely. The smaller units do go much faster, and mostly like pre-construction or just when construction begins.
Yeah. So really, to preface this video, I think it's important for people to understand when you buy a 3-bedroom or 4-bedroom apartment in Nairobi, it's not about rental yield, okay? You're not gonna buy a 3-bedroom or 4-bedroom and make a ton of money on Airbnb. That's not quite the market. It's really about buying something for yourself, for when you come into town to live, or if you come here a few months of the year, you have a place. The rest of the time you can put it on Airbnb, make a bit of money, etc. But the primary focus is not making high yields. It's lifestyle and then long-term capital appreciation. But you still have some of the 3 and 4 bedroom apartments that are available.
Yes, some of 3 and 4 still available.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna go to the showroom and then I'll explain why I am not buying these apartments. All right, let's go.
Safety first.
Yep.
Thank you. We have 3-bedroom plus DSQ plus study and a 4-bedroom plus DSQ. The price range from $180,000 to $220,000. So this is the big sitting room and dining area. We have a separate kitchen. The DSQ is outside of the kitchen. This is the first bedroom, which was in suite.
Pratik, can you explain to people who aren't all aware of what DSQ is?
So a DSQ is for like your maid or driver or somebody like that who can stay here or use the space, and it can be enclosed with a separate exit.
Yeah, so some people use the DSQ for help, other people use it just as storage, other people make an extra bedroom out of it, other people just actually storage when they leave and they put it on Airbnb. So they just put all their stuff in the DSQ, they lock it up, and then they can put the whole apartment on Airbnb, which is pretty nice. All right, so huge. I mean, this place is huge. What are the square meters, Alex?
It's around 225 square meters gross area. So this is the study room I mentioned about. Some client may also use that as another bedroom. This is the washroom, which is in suite for this guest bedroom. Here we come to the master bedroom with a huge bathroom,
Very nice.
Spacious space, and a balcony outside.
Very nice. It's good to see a bathroom with a tub, not just a shower. So, Pratik, can you elaborate a little bit on the difference between gross square meters and net square meters? Because a lot of people who come into the Kenyan market don't quite get this?
Yeah. So primarily in the Kenyan market, we use gross when we talk about square meters. And I know you were saying in the European market, they use net. So the difference between gross and net would be the inclusion of the walls, the staircase, items like that. And in terms of gross cost per square meter, it's about $1,000 or a bit less. And in terms of net cost per square meter, it's about reaching $1,200.
And Alex, can you tell us the amenities?
Of course, we have a heated swimming pool in this apartment. We have a fully equipped gym. We have sauna area for men and ladies. We have an indoor children play area. We also spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on the landscaping garden design. So in the future, when we hand over, you will see a very beautiful garden.
Look, less than $1,000 gross, or about $1,100, $1,200 net for a big apartment in the best neighborhood in a growing city, in a growing capital city like Nairobi here in Westlands, with all of these amenities, brand new. I mean, by global standards, this is dirt cheap. I mean, I can't really think of many other capital cities in the world where you can get such value for money. It's really incredible. So now you're probably wondering, why am I not buying in this building? And I know we've been having a lot of back and forths over the past year. It's like, oh, I want to buy something. Then I'm like, oh no. The reality is I'm buying 4 apartments. My wife is also buying an apartment here. So we're already at 5 apartments in this development. I know I preach a lot about diversification, and we just felt that being all in a single development was a little unreasonable. But I was still thinking about it. I was still considering it. And then when you told me you came up with a new project, then I just immediately bought in this new project. So we'll go to the next project. That'll be the 3rd project. Right now we're going to go check out another one. Yeah. Then we'll go check out his new project, and we'll look at the pros and cons of that one. All right, let's go. So Alex, at this development that we just saw, what percentage of the clients are foreign versus Kenyan?
Kenyans are around almost 70%. Foreigners around 30%.
It's interesting to see that there's this much purchasing power locally. It's a good sign. And how many of the Kenyans are diaspora versus local?
Maybe 60% local, then 40 diaspora.
Okay, so about half is Kenyan money and half is overseas money, whether foreign or Kenyan.
Yes.
Pratik, is this something you see as well in other developments where about half of the money comes from overseas and half locally?
Yes, definitely. And it's getting more and more as well. And you can clearly see there are more and more visitors into Kenya as well, along with diaspora coming back.
All right, so we just got here. Alex was not aware of this project. It's clearly going to be a competitor project. Alex was just on the phone right before here. Cool. So tell us about this project.
So duplexes in a very prime area in Nairobi. You've got 3-bed duplexes at $183,000. You've got 2-bed duplexes at $143,000 and you've got 1-bed duplexes with the loft at $75,000.
Okay, so I was considering the 3-bedroom duplex, but the problem is I just took a step back. I like the project. I don't want stairs inside my apartment. I have small children and it just adds drama. I just want a flat surface. Can you talk about the amenities?
So we've got a rooftop paddle court, which is always good. You've got a rooftop heated swimming pool, you've got gym, sauna, steam. There'll be a co-working space amongst other amenities. So it's got the usual amenities plus a bit more of what these Nairobi developments are offering.
We're still in the Rafta area. Alex's project is right behind, and the first one that we saw with Alex is the big project behind being built.
Yeah.
There are also studios.
Yeah, so as you can imagine, or you can't imagine, there's studios for $35,000. There is 1 bedrooms, which are slightly bigger, for $50,000. Imagine that in a capital city.
Look, when you usually hear of cheap studios, and you'll end up in some, like in Batumi in Georgia, just very uninteresting places, or some far flung area in Asuncion.
Yeah.
Like here you are in the heart, in Westlands, in the heart of a dynamic capital city, dynamic economy, and you're getting a brand new studio with a rooftop paddle court, swimming pool, etc., for just $35,000. It's quite ridiculous. But the pre-construction sales have not started, right?
No, they will start in about a month's time, and it will go from there.
Okay, cool. So if you're interested in just being on the waiting list, just shoot Pratik a message. And now we're going to go check out the building where I'm buying. So Alex, tell us about the project.
This is our new project. We are going to start maybe in a 3 to 4 months time. We're gonna have 1 bedroom, around 59 square meters. Price range from $46,000. 1 bedroom plus multi-purpose room, 71 square meters. Price range from $62,000, and 2 bedroom plus studio, around 144 to 149 square meters. Price from $115,000.
Yeah, so I saw this, and initially, I mean, the prices are quite incredible. Those are pre-construction prices. Do you even have the full permits or not yet?
Not yet.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So I think let's explain this to people, because last time I bought from you, you also didn't have the full permits. So can you explain how you structure things in a way that people get the pre-construction price, so the really attractive price? I mean, here we're looking at $1,000 per net square meter. This is quite ridiculous. With a payment plan over how long?
From now to around 2.5 years.
Okay, so $1,000 a square meter net, and you can pay over 2.5 years. So how do you ensure that my money is safe when I buy now and you don't have all the permits?
Actually, we already get the county approval. We also get both the structure and the architecture approval. We are waiting for the NEMA approval and NCE. So currently we have started the design. Actually, the design is already done. So just waiting for the approval to be complete, we can start the project. That's why now we open the for sale, for booking actually. So the client who come earlier can enjoy an early bird price. First, we only request you to make a booking fee for the 1 bedroom and the 1 plus multi-purpose room. The booking fee is 500,000 shillings, which is around
$3,500.
Yes, 3,000 something dollars. Then for the 2 bedroom plus studio, we request 1 million shillings, which is around $7,000 to $8,000. Then once we start, then you will be requested to pay the full deposit, which is 20%. After that, we will sign the official agreement. Then you can pay the balance on a quarterly basis. Of course, as what we usually do to make you feel safe, every month we will make a monthly progress report to all of our clients. Once you see the progress, the project is moving, then you keep paying the installment.
Okay, so now you're probably wondering, I've been talking about 3 bedrooms, but there's no 3 bedrooms. So what I'm doing is I'm actually putting a door between the 2 bedroom and the studio. So 2 bedroom plus studio is an interesting unit for investors, because you get both a 2 bedroom and a separate studio with separate entrances, separate meters. But I'm just turning it into one big apartment. The studio I'll turn into a big master bedroom with walk-in closet. You know, instead of a kitchen, just a walk-in closet, a big bathtub, shower, etc. So a really nice big master bedroom. It's a little strange to do this, but the reality is $115,000 for a 3 bedroom, 3 bathroom apartment here is just such a steal. It's hard to say no to something like this. Can you talk about the amenities?
In this project, we have more amenities. We're gonna have, of course, a heated swimming pool, and it's going to be a rooftop infinite pool. It's gonna have a fully equipped gym. We also have co-working space on the mezzanine. We have a coffee shop. Of course, we have sauna. We have an indoor children play area. All the amenities we have in our previous project, we're gonna have. And then here we also increase the coffee shop, co-working area, those amenities.
Yeah, so look, what I like about this road specifically is that it's super quiet, and also it's safe in terms of views, because it's a corner lot. So there won't be like a building right next to it. When they start building here, for example, here there's a vacant lot. Eventually someone will start building, but it's fine because there's a road in between. Same thing with the building in front. You know, there's a road in between, so there's space, there's sunshine, and then the higher floors definitely have like full uncovered views of the valley because it goes down. So I like this area a lot. I mean, the other project has a paddle court, but this one does not. But literally here, I mean, that's a paddle court, a private paddle court. So if you really want a paddle court, you just walk 2 minutes and you have one there next to the organic shop. Pratik, do you have a lot of projects like this at $1,000 a square meter in such a central location with such amenities from a reputable developer that has a track record? How many developments have you done now?
This is the 11th one.
11th one. Okay, so like good track record.
I mean, at $1,000 net cost per square meter, and this being pre-construction, it is a very rare deal. I mean, you've got a spectacular development from somebody with a good track record and extensive know-how of the Kenyan market, which is, I would say, a really good deal.
Yeah. So his other development, the first one, the units are a lot bigger, obviously. They were at around, $1,200 per square meter net. Here it's $1,000, but it's pre-construction. There it's almost finished. The project is pretty much de-risked. So they're very different. If I were to live here full time, I would probably go for the other apartment because there's more space. But because I plan on using this kind of in and out, and then when I'm not around, put it on Airbnb, this just works just perfectly. So I'm really happy with this deal. All right, so just get in touch with Pratik and Alex if you want to get the full price list. And now we're gonna go see the project that had my heart, but I just could not afford. All right, Let's go. So Pratik, there are a lot of Chinese developers here, eh?
Yeah, and as we've been discussing, more are even coming. But what's interesting is more and more they are sourcing their raw materials and products locally, as opposed to before when they first came in, they were importing majority of what they were using. And that's good. I mean, it shows, and you can see as well with the infrastructure growing, the amount of industry growing as well. Some of the big steel companies and other companies actually have Chinese sales reps on their
And they're
teams.
not like Chinese companies.
No, they're local companies. They will have the Chinese sales reps, which will make business for them easier and much more smoother. Yeah.
Interesting. So like what are examples of things that were before imported from China that are now produced locally?
So you've got things like the steel, things like cement were always procured locally, but mostly to do with steel and also finishings. A lot of the finishings were before fully imported, and now you see more and more of them buying it locally as well.
That's great. It just means the economy is becoming more sophisticated. The economy is growing. It's creating local jobs, local employment. I mean, this is good news for everyone here in Kenya. Yeah, so people are very quick to criticize the Chinese and say that they're doing horrible things all over Africa, etc. Look, not everything they do is perfect, obviously, but you just have to bear in mind that a lot of it is just anti-Chinese propaganda. The Chinese are coming here, they're doing business, they're the number one builders of infrastructure across the continent, and they're very much open to trade. China offered access to its markets entirely duty-free to the entire continent of Africa, and that, the same cannot be said of the European Union and of the United States and Australia, Canada, all these places. On the one hand, you've got Western governments that are always lecturing about how terrible the Chinese are, but then are lecturing local governments on what to do, what not to do, that then don't give access to, their markets. And the Chinese just come here and just do business and offer free trade. So, sure, they're not perfect, and sure, the West is not all bad. The situation is just a lot more nuanced. Just like with everything else, there's a lot of propaganda on all sides. When I see a bunch of Chinese people landing in a country, overall, it's still, generally speaking, a lot more positive than negative for the country. All right, so we're gonna go check out that fourth project, but on the way, we're stopping here at the other project that I bought in from Mrs. Lee and Betty, but this one also pure investment, not lifestyle. Why did I buy here? We're in the heart of the GTC. It's effectively the new central business district of Nairobi. The malls are around, the hospitals, the nightclubs, the bars, the restaurants. So this is here I'm targeting typically African businessmen who come for business. They want to work hard, they want to play hard, and that's my target market. So it's obviously not for my family. One of the reasons why I chose this specific development is because Miss Lee and Betty were brand new on the Kenyan market, which means the people had initially low trust in their development because they're new. But whilst doing due diligence, we came across the fact that they're actually a big developer back in China, right? And then we had this discussion, and then you explained that you had to price yourselves at the same level as other Chinese developers, but that to build your reputation, you would build higher quality. So effectively, I'd get a discount in that I pay for normal quality, but I'll get higher quality. So can you elaborate, please, on what exactly you're doing to deliver that higher quality compared to other developers?
是这样，刚才大家一进来都说哇，这个速度怎么这么快啊？对于我们公司来说呢，我们一直把我们的产品的进度，把我们产品的质量，把我们产品的安全是放在首位的。像我们这个工程速度为什么这么很快？那为什么说我们快呢？就是我们基础工程，包括我们现在已经全面的出了正负零，这个呢仅仅用了5个月的时间。而在肯尼亚很多的项目，绝大多数的项目基础工程就要做6个月180天，我们5个月就要完成他们多1倍的这样的一个工作量。那工程施工这么快，质量能不能保证？我们的总承包商曾经跟我说你们这个设计和到施工工艺的要求，是我在肯尼亚施工了10几年来第一次遇到要求这么高。我们从设计上就严格的按照中国和国际的这个高层建筑的标准进行的，然后在施工过程中严格控制。他们都说你们用的这个阀板基础呀，你们的含金量呀，这个阀板基础也是很少用的，然后含金量也很高，这样会造成很高的成本。但是我们认为成本付出了，要保证的是质量，质量一定要好。一个建筑，一个100年的建筑屹立在这儿，质量是非常非常重要的。其次之外呢，就是我们把安全也是放在了特别重要的一个考量的一个是我们公司工作的一个考量的一个尺度。因为一个好的建筑的安全性，才能够给业主带来以后更好的一些回报，也能让我们自己本身我们的企业也安全，我们的职工也安全，我们的承包商也安全。这也是我们公司一直秉承的质量、速度与安全，这是我们公司自己的一个理念。是不是其他的开发商是这样的，我不知道，但是我们一直要坚持我们。
So I went to visit Miss Lee in China across from Macau back in December to see some of the buildings that she worked on in the past, some of her past projects. Huge structures. This is like a baby project for you guys, right?
Yes, right.
And then we also went to see some of her suppliers, and it was really interesting. She really explained the difference between the cheap Chinese suppliers, the quality Chinese suppliers. Just for towels, for example, I got to learn a lot in the process. I had already bought, and coming out of that trip, I felt even more confident about the project. You know, you had a few issues with getting permits initially. It took you a while.
At the very beginning, yes.
Yeah, and now clearly things are good. You're pretty much done with the foundation?
Yes, the foundation now, half of the site, the foundation is already completed, and we already finished on the ground floor already. And then the other half, we're working on the concrete pouring this week, and also we're going to reach to this level for the other half around 20th of this month.
So
July.
You're on track?
We're on track, yeah.
Okay. Can you tell us about the amenities?
Okay, for the building itself, we have amenity on the, let's start talking about the ground floor. We have cafe, mini mart, and also the laundry at the ground floor. With also in the center, we have a very tall reception, which is around 7.5 meters tall at the ground floor for reception. And on the rooftop, 30th floor, we have a gym on the 30th floor. And on the rooftop, we have a heated swimming pool with garden and also rooftop restaurant, indoor, outdoor as well, and a little golf putting green.
All right.
As well, yeah.
So Pratik, a lot of the units are gone already?
Yeah, you could say a lot of the units are gone. The penthouses are gone, but they still do have 1-bed and 2-bed units remaining.
What are the prices roughly?
These range from $58,000 and then for 2 bedrooms is up to 115,000 euros.
For people, because I mean, we're still in Westlands, but it's different from where we were before. Can you just give us a 20-second rundown in terms of difference between here and there?
Immediately, as you can see, it's very dense. There's buildings all around you, whereas where we were before, it was a bit more green and less density of buildings. But this is now merging into the new CBD, this area. So expect it to get a bit more and more dense as we go along.
So CBD of Nairobi means CBD of Kenya, means CBD of East Africa, and increasingly means CBD of a lot of Africa. At these prices, you're buying into this long-term growth story. So now let's go to that building that I unfortunately cannot afford. So Miss Lee, when I came to visit you in China, it was clear that you had a very nice life and you moved here to Kenya about a year and a half ago. Are you happy? Are you enjoying it?
肯尼亚的环境非常的好，它的气候条件比较好，而且呢，我觉得肯尼亚呢，很多人可能对肯尼亚不了解，对非洲不了解。到了肯尼亚之后，它的城市的这种繁华的程度，生活的便利性。还有呢，安全性，我觉得都还是不错的。首先呢，是因为我们公司要到这边来发展，也是看中了肯尼亚未来的这个经济发展前景，我们肯定要服从公司的这种安排。其次呢，我们一家人都要在这儿生活，我觉得这边的生活条件也满足我们的这个，我觉得还是挺舒服的啊，很舒适。而且我们自己开发的有一个豪宅项目叫 Golden Hill， 我们全家还会搬到那儿。我觉得有事业，然后有家庭，然后这边的环境也好，我觉得在这边还是挺好的。
All right, so here we are, full construction going on here. A lot of activity. Pratik, looking good.
Yeah, welcome to luxury.
All right, so Pratik, this area is green.
Yeah, it's more green. This is more of a residential area where you would find bigger units, 3 bedroom, 4 bedroom, 5 bedroom, and people who would buy to live more than invest.
It's interesting because the first area of Westlands near Rafter Road, it's a bit of a mix of the two.
Yeah.
Then the GTC is pure business.
Yes.
And here it's really pure residential.
Pure residential.
Like you wouldn't want an Airbnb here.
Yeah, so I mean, in the space of a few kilometers, you can choose whatever type of living or whatever type of investment you would like.
What's this area called?
This is called near General Mathenge, so within Westlands.
Quite a lot of international schools around here.
Yes, international schools have got proximity to the the two most popular malls, and then the UN on the other side, the American Embassy, and hospitals also around here as well.
And Pratik, can you talk about the forests as well?
Yeah, so we've just got Karura Forest behind us, and that's quite a big patch of land that's just dedicated towards the forest, and anybody can pay a small fee and enter to walk and to jog and to hike and to cycle.
Yeah, so when you go on weekends to the forest, it's really lovely. Families having picnics, people cycling,
Yes.
people walking around, going for hikes. It's really lovely. And it's in the heart of the city too. I mean, there's so many things to like about Nairobi from a lifestyle point of view, not just the activities, but also the nature, the great weather, the airport with the good connections. I mean, there's just so much going on here. Betty, can you talk more about the specific project?
We're targeting the 1% top tier. The project is targeting the high-end and luxury top one in this market. And we're going to change this market with a new chapter.
Okay, can you talk us about the concept, the amenities, all of that?
This project is for 1.04 acre, and we only have total in 102 units. All of them are from 3 bedroom to 4 bedroom. And for the amenity, we have Block A and Block B. In the center, we have botanical garden with a 20 meters distance between these two blocks. Also, we have 7 high-speed Koni lifts in the designated unit and the block. Each of the unit will have their private lobby entry.
I think let's contrast this to you're saying there's a development which we're not going to name here where they have 800 units and only 8 elevators or something.
Yeah, 800 units, 8 elevators just down the road.
Yeah, so sometimes people forget the importance of having a lot of elevators and having good quality elevators, because if you don't, it means like traffic literally starts from, you know, from your floor. Talk to us about the other amenities. The pool is, you have a unique
Yes.
design.
Actually, level B1, we have a botanical garden, right? And then facing forest, we have a heated swimming pool, which also have a waterfall down to the pond.
Is there any other project with like a waterfall pool here in Nairobi?
Not that I can think of.
And can you talk to us about the gym as well?
Yes, at B2 level, other than the parking lot, we also design a clubhouse, which you can sit on the sofa with your friend or family, watching the waterfall and forest. Meanwhile, you're also going to enjoy gym, sauna, and steam. Golf simulating room, we also have that.
So Pratik, what about the prices?
So the prices are from 300,000 US dollars for 3-bedroom units.
Yeah.
And the highest unit goes from 975,000 US dollars.
Okay.
But these are very, very big, spacious units. The biggest unit, you're talking about 5,000 square feet plus, which is about 500 or 600 square meters.
So roughly prices between $1,500 and $2,000 a square meter, but yeah, like massive.
Premium luxury lifestyle.
For the biggest 5,000 square feet unit, on the top is the penthouse we have, Unit D, and the residents going to enjoy 2 private elevators.
Okay,
That's right.
is Miss Lee keeping it for herself or are you selling it?
We will see. We have only 2 units.
So why am I not going for this building? Clearly my wife would have preferred this one. It's just a budget thing. If I had the budget, I would buy this instead. I had a smaller budget to allocate for this apartment I'm buying here in Nairobi. In any case, if you're interested in any of these apartments, feel free to get in touch with Pratik. There's a link below. He can take you through all of the options, the different apartments, the prices, etc. And I also wrote a whole article on the real estate market in Nairobi, the neighborhoods that are interesting, the neighborhoods you should avoid, some things you should know before investing in Nairobi. There's a link below as well. All right, Miss Lee, Betty, Pratik, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, Maddie.
Make sure to download my free ebook, 12 Mistakes to Avoid When Investing in International Real Estate, which you can find on my website linked below. And feel free to follow me on Instagram @TheWandering Investor. I look forward to hearing from you.